Why would you buy another meme coin just after you got wrecked on the last one, Jeffrey? Look at this guy. His name's Jeffrey and we don't want to be anything like him. Jeffrey wakes up late and the first thing he does is he checks his Coinbase account to see how much money he's made from last night's investment, and as usual, it's been completely cut in half. If you start your day like Jeffrey, you'll end up exactly like a Jeffrey. And the rest of Jeffrey's life is not somewhere you want to be. Broke, nagging wife, shit physique, no self-control, a boss that he hates, and he has to commute a total of 45 minutes in traffic at 8 o'clock in the morning. Adonis. As soon as the beautiful sunrise hits Adonis' closed eyes, he opens. He's ready for action. He does his weekly DCN in his crypto portfolio, and then he hits the gym and gets to work on his side business. What a productive morning, Adonis. This is why you will always win. The next alt season, dudes, is going to be absolutely huge, and we need to talk about this because there's a couple of things that are going to change your guys' life. When I talk about that hook with the Jeffrey and Adonis, you don't want to be anything like Jeffrey. The whole point of this channel is to honestly keep you away from that and make good money in the next bull run. But you must be prepared for the altcoin season because that is literally where you can change your world after the run. So the world's most valuable skill in cryptocurrency is playing the alt season correctly. We're going to talk about exactly what's going to happen, and I'm going to share a chart with you. I'm going to talk about some narratives that you must be prepared for if you want to have a good alt season. There's three kinds of people. You can have a Jeffrey that, guess what, is a Jeffrey. He makes absolutely zero money. In fact, he loses money. You have the guy that just, plays safe to some degree. He makes a 3-5x. Or you can play the Adonis way and get an easy 10 to 20x on your altcoins and get stupid rich with a small amount of money. There's going to be other plays out there as well, but just keep in mind, I want everybody to be spread, to be safe, and still make money. Just keep that in mind. So this is where money is made. Money's always going to be made in alt season. Unfortunately though, FOMO and greed keeps people from ever learning how to do this correctly. They're going to spend hours and usually a ton of money trying to learn this whole cryptocurrency market, but mostly time, and mostly they're going to lose money. That's the most important thing. They're going to fail to realize the world has completely changed. We can learn a ton from the last bull run, 2017's, and even the previous run before that. But this really isn't relevant more to some degree because now, in order to be successful, you have to look at 2025. Those runs are gone, dudes. People have milked them, people got wrecked in them. You get to decide if you want to come back. I made money on paper in 2021, but unfortunately, didn't cash out to the bank account. Most of it, pretty much none of it, to be 100% honest. So I've learned a lot. I've decided to come back in. I'm ready to dominate 2025. And if it is your first rodeo, keep in mind, you are still very, very early, but you must be ready to go. I wasted all my profits in the last bull run on simply getting the gains back to the bank account, e.g. cash. That's the most important thing. We actually spoke about this in the community last night. We were like, hey, once we get the cash, do we go USDT? Do we just bank Bitcoin? You can do that if you want. But me personally, I want that cash in GBP, Bank of Scotland, Halifax, Lloyds, all these bank accounts. I want it in those cash so I can go and actually live. That's the goal. I'm not here to bank stablecoins and Bitcoin. Maybe a little bit for the long term, for the next run, forever, sure. But right now, I'm just seeing GBP. That's all I want to see. So all the hard work was completely wasted, but I learned a ton. My loss is your gain though, because the next alt season is going to be wild. You need some frameworks though. It's going to save you dozens of painful hours trying to learn this, but most importantly, thousands of dollars and probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, number one, the Ethereum deflationary narrative, plus institutionals chilling. Now, this was shared, can't remember who shared this, I've seen it on Twitter a bunch of times. We're going to talk about that. That's usually phase one. I'm not saying we're there right now. This was just a few months before. But what's going to usually happen? These guys are smarter than us. So they've already set up their positions. We've seen this in 2021's run. These big guys will start to go to news articles, start to go to, people to get us excited. But these guys have bought their bags before us. By the time they go to news articles and, CNBC and all these American dudes are publishing these articles about Ethereum's a deflationary asset, on how Ethereum is going to the moon, they have already packed their bags, right? Because when they come, you guys are buying it up and they're getting rich off that and then they're selling. That's the way these guys play it. So we must be ahead this time. And they've already started to show. This was a few months ago, like I said. So every single bull market that has ever occurred, because institutionals spot on narrative and they accumulate very large positions. 2021 run, and just recently. We're not in a run yet, but this is what they've started to do. ETH will run. ETH will run first, of course, Bitcoin, but our altcoins, Ethereum is an altcoin. It's an alternative coin to Bitcoin. This is what's going to fuel the altcoins to some degree, and it's very important that we know this. E.g., the next halving is 3 to 6 months after Mayish. So Mayish, April, May 2024, the halving, 3 to 6 months, that's when I expect the mania. I expect the mania, keep an eye out for that. But again, you should have already packed your bags because, you know, these guys, Goldman Sachs, they've packed their bags way before that. And if you're still packing your bags or trying to pack your bags when the halving is coming, yeah, good luck, bro, good luck. Unless you're doing a big lump sum buy and we haven't really went off yet, fair enough. But that is a little bit silly because it should be getting done now. Now, when Ethereum fees goes up, it's another thing we need to keep in mind on. People are using the network. People making money, positive feedback. It's just a big flywheel. So keep this in mind when Ethereum fees are going crazy. People are going absolutely crazy in Uniswap and all this kind of stuff. Got some interesting posts to share here. This guy, shout out to this dude. I'm the only one seeing the bigger picture here. Eating up supply for over a year. This is not the top of the fact that it's deflationary. Keep that in mind. That's the whole point here. Demand is still increasing, as seen on the upward trend line. This is building a lot of pressure. I am accumulating. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go and accumulate Ethereum. You can do. You will make money on that. But use this to fuel your smaller caps. And again, just to keep back in mind with Ethereum, the ultrasound money that it is today, it's the daddy in my opinion. The supply is getting absolutely shivered as what you want because it gets supply, that gives it a limit supply, just like Bitcoin, QNT, for example. That's where, you know, some of the value is in there. The burn, that's how much the burning per year. The supply growth is now negative. And obviously, if we go since the merge, you can see we're now chilling to go down. We were going up with the burn, and now we're starting to chill, which is great news. You see the fees here. If you go back to the previous run, this was absolutely crazy. And I only expect this to go wild in the next one. You can come back and get the really, really nerdy stuff. But this is all you need to know. Once this starts to go out of control, and it already is, keep in mind, and we are in a bear market, that is when altcoin season will truly start to fly. So I urge you guys to go and track ultrasound.money and look at Ethereum, because Ethereum will be going first. After Bitcoin, of course, money will start to roll over. And again, the institutions, dudes, they have packed their bags, okay? And once you know that, this is when we get to the lily pad method. The lily pad method is a very fun game, but I've talked about this so many times from the secret cycles of crypto, and the reason I don't make my own is because it's exactly what this guy is talking about. So, most important part of this video, you need to chill up here. You need to understand the market. So the altcoin season is a function of the market due to new participants flooding into the crypto at the same time, right? But again, your bags should already be packed, because again, my bags are well and truly packed. Now I've got 8 months of just chilling, and I'm still packing the bags because I want to accumulate as much as possible. But I could stop right now and I'll hit a few $1 million by the end of the next run. But I want more. I'm a greedy guy, so are you probably. But this should just motivate you, because if these guys are getting in, you know, they're not here to lose money. They're here to make money off of you, dump on you, and they'll keep doing it like they did in 2021. So this is usually triggered by the BTC mining supply every 4 years. Exactly what we talked about, dudes. The halving is going to come. Once this happens, 3-6 months, this is when the trigger starts to happen, which causes a surge in price or a sudden loss in faith of centralized fiat currencies. I've already lost them, like I said to you last guys, at the weekend. Like, just the bank accounts are just becoming an absolute nightmare if I'm trying to spend some money, you know, in London, still in the UK, not even outside my hometown. They're just giving me problems, locking my bank account. This looks like fraud. Fair enough. But again, dudes, I'm not trying to phone up bank accounts on Saturday night when I can't even get hold of them. How am I supposed to buy stuff? And again, fiat currencies, USD, GBP, just getting wrecked all the time. So we need to go to this, and that's the next narrative as well, and we'll see that come up again. Dollars getting wrecked, and we know that. The duration of the phase are parabolic in nature, meaning to phase 1, which we'll talk about. It takes the longest, and phase 4 goes the fastest. That's where we need to be at. Phase overlap can temporarily reverse before continuing, but we always end up at the mania of alt season. It's likely there are multiple alt seasons per crypto bull run, varying degrees, the biggest one being after the end of Bitcoin's run, when the large number of participants enters the market. So phase 1, we talk about this. The flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. The halvings happen, everybody's getting excited. The retail new guys, they don't really know what's going on. They are getting rich on paper, they are making money. Now again, there's other people after that start buying the very tops. Those guys are long gone, but some of these late guys, they are making money. They are making money, but they will hold it all the way down. Now the money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. Phase 2 is obviously Ethereum, which we talked about. This is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks about the flipping. And this happened so many times in 2021. I can only imagine in 2017. I wasn't around then. 2021, there was so much talks of the flipping. It never happened. People were already talking about the next run, but this is what will happen in phase 2. Money is flowing into large caps, and we see large buy-ups happening. Your ADA, your Solana, Tesla, possibly your Dogecoin as well, because those are large caps. Well, maybe even your Shiba, right? The large caps, Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. We've seen this. They just bring up the chart. It's absolutely wild. You just bring up ADA, a huge large cap now, but back in the run, like this is what you've seen. You just seen spikes. Millions, billions flooding into the market, which is great. Now, the overlap is when the market cap, some altcoins will have strong fundamentals are having pumps, and this is phase 4. You do not have to go to this red season. You can just make the 10x off the large caps, because honestly, like ADA and all those other coins in Solana, they're a 10x to get back to their all-time high. But if you want to play the game of the alt season, I believe you should have some of your bags in there. That might be Gala Games, it might be other coins that I've mentioned before, it might even be coins that haven't started yet. Large caps have gone full vertical, just what we showed you in ADA, whatever it did, 50x or whatever. Blow off tops, mid caps, low caps, micro caps tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic, regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. Now, for me, I'm taking profits before the alt season. I'm taking profits at the large cap kind of section. It will obviously depend on how this fully plays, because this is not going to be an exact formula. If it was, good luck. But I've got my targets in dollar value, what I want to hit, and I encourage you to have the same, and then it's going to make this game easy. I look at that whiteboard right there and I know exactly what dollar value per coin I need to hit. Then I don't have to second guess it. Well, maybe I should sell this one, but it could go further, Jake. What did you do the last run, you idiot? You lost all the money. I don't even need to enter that mind, because I know exactly per coin, per 20%, 25% out. I don't even need to look at this game, because I just look at that and it's game over. So, some of the title, all season is going to be huge. How are you going to take advantage of it? Don't get left behind. Don't be holding on though. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed us. Take care.